Hey guys, Pikachu Zuba here, back with another OU battle. This time I'm versing my good mate Bobby. Now I have played him before, but I don't really know this team. I only know his Hitmontop. And before we start, the quality of this video is going to be very different to the last one because I have lost my iPod, therefore not being able to record how I usually do. This time I have a even more ghetto setup where I have 4 books stacked on each other, then my DS on top, facing my webcam, and that's how I recorded it. So it's not the best quality, but it'll do. Anyway, but let's get into the team preview. So I'm going to be bringing this new team that I made with a Life Orb Infernape with the just Flare Blitz, Close Combat, Mark Punch, U-Turn. Then I'm running an Assault Vest bulky special attacker Celebi with like Giga Drain, Earth Power, Psychic, and U-Turn. I'm then running a standard EV like Chansey, max defense, max special defense with a bold nature. And I'm running Wish, Heal Bell, protect Seismic Toss, and then I'm running a defensive Skarmory just to boost the defensive aspect of this team. With Brave Bird, Whirlwind, Roost, and Stealth Rocks. I'm then running a Dragon Dance, Waterfall, Ice Fang, Earthquake, Mega Gyarados, and running a sub focus punching Tyranitar. So we'll see how that plays out. Now looking at his team, I'm seeing an Eviolite, one of those maybe specially bulky Porygon 2. Then I'm seeing because of the Mew, with the Mew there, I'm thinking maybe it's physically defensive. Because of the specially bulky Porygon 2. Infernape, probably like mine, except choice banded. Smeargle, either one of those lead hazard setting Pokemon, or maybe a whatchamacallit, or one of those smash pass. That's it, smash passing Smeargles. When then his Ampharos, which I know, you know, and him especially knows, is a Mega Ampharos. And probably a standard bulky special set, and then also he's running an offensive Hitmontop because I have played that before. So yeah, let's jump in the battle. Okay, so Bobby's going to issue the challenge, or I am, or whatever, doesn't matter. And I'm going to lead my Infernape, because I know it's probably going to be faster than anything on his team, except for his own Infernape, which would probably be a speed tie. He's going to lance with his Dance Fulker, and he's going to get the Intimidate off. I don't want to stay in. I'm going to U-turn out, because, again, I don't want to stay in. I'm predicting a close combat, so I'm going to switch out into my Gyarados to get the Intimidate off on him. And that way he won't be able to do anything to my team. But I don't know if he predicts, but he actually goes for the Stone Edge, and look at how much damage that does. Holy damn, that did a lot. And Gyarados, you're a bulky son of a sea monster. Anyway, I'm gonna bring my Skarmory now because I don't want to take damage from this thing. He's actually gonna bring in his Rubber Ducky, his Porygon 2. It's going to trace my Sturdy, but that doesn't really matter. I don't want to stay in on a potential Discharge or Thunderbolt, so I'm going to switch out into my Tyranitar. And Tyranitar's just a monster. I mean, he's not even a special wall on this team, but I know he is a monster. So anyway, he's going to go for the Discharge. And look how much damage that did. That was a crit. So I'm thinking maybe this thing's more defensive than offensive. Because I thought surely, with only like 56 special defense investment, even with the Sandstorm up, surely that should have done more. He's going to withdraw his Rubber Ducky, and I'm actually just going to go for the sub here, because I just want to be able to get off focus punches. He's going to bring his Dance Fuka to get the Intimidate off, his Hitmontop. He's going to intimidate me as I go for the sub. Now I'm hoping he goes for a close combat, which will put him at -1 defense. And that means my Focus Punch will be neutral again, instead of me being at -1. And he actually does go for the close combat, which is fantastic. Which means I'm no longer at -1, because his defenses are going to fall just here. So that drops his defense, which brings basically my attack back up to neutral. and that focus punch, that damage, and that reassures me that this thing's definitely offensive, not defensive. So after that, I don't want to stay in here on another potential close combat, because I know he outspeeds, so I'm going to switch out into my Celebi, so I can take the potential fighting type attack. But he actually switches up moves and goes for the bullet punch, which is a interesting choice. But either way, we're both going to get buffeted by the sandstorm. I don't know what items he's running, unless I'm stupid and I haven't been paying attention, but I'm pretty sure he's not running any, I haven't seen what items, so maybe Assault Vest, possibly. I'm going to go for the Psychic. His Mew comes in, and that damage definitely reassures that he is probably an offensive Mew and not defensive, because that damage is ridiculous. And him going for Sword Stance definitely reaffirms that he is offensive. I'm going to U-turn out. Looks like maybe he has some defensive investment, but anyway, I'm going to U-turn out into my Skarmory, and yeah, so that's gonna. I'm then going to go for the Brave Bird as he goes for the Drain Punch. Look, that did a fair bit. That did almost half. But the Rocky Helmet and the Life Orb is going to bring him. Basically, he lost about, I don't know, it looks like 2%. And I'm going to go for the Brave Bird. And that did a fair bit of damage. So I'm now going to go for the Roost, I believe, as he goes for the Drain Punch. That's going to bring me down to like 16, and he's just going to have enough HP to where he can live a Drain Punch, live the Rocky Helmet and the Life Orb with about like 6 HP or something. So I'm going to go for the Roost to get back up to almost full, back up to half, sorry, my bad. And I predict him to go for the Sword Stance here, trying to get the most out of his Drain Punch, because he obviously thinks I'm going to Roost. I predict that, and I go for the Brave Bird now, and that was well done, because that's now going to get rid of his Mew, which is going to be fantastic, because if I did go for another Roost, he would have set up a Sword Stance, gone for another Drain Punch, got most of his health back, and I'm not sure he would have done about most of my HP. Anyway, he brings in his Smeargle now, and I'm expecting like rocks or something, which would be strange at this point of the battle, but he actually carries the Geomancy, and he is going to get +2 in all of his in his special attack, special defense, and speed, which is going to be very scary. But the only special attacker that he would probably switch in is going to be his Mega Ampharos. Now I'm going to go for the Whirlwind here, because I'm scared of him passing I'm scared of him passing the Geomancy off. But once he goes for the Taunt, I realise he's probably just going to Baton Pass his turn and go into the Ampharos, or he might go for a Spore. So either way, I'm going to bring in my Celebi. That can deal with this Mega Ampharos easily, because I can resist his Stab Thunderbolt. I have the Assault Vest, so his Dragon Pulse won't be doing much. And yeah, so he's going to Mega Evolve into his Mega Ampharos with those gorgeous locks, and he's going to indeed go for the Dragon Pulse. Now, because I have an Assault Vest Celebi, I'm just like, you can live this, Celebi. You can live this easy. He lives with 46 HP, which is fantastic. I go for the Earth Power, and I get a crit. I get a critical hit, Earth Power, which is fantastic. It didn't really matter, because either way I would have been able to bring in my Chansey or my Tyranitar, lived one of those hits and be able to kill next turn. I could have brought in my Tyranitar and just gone for a nice punch, but now with that I can just bring in my Infernape, safely go for the Mark Punch. I know that's going to kill. He doesn't want to switch out. There's no point in switching out at that stage. And he stayed in. Maybe if he predicted like a U-turn or something, he would have caught me off guard, and that probably would have get me in the game, because this Infernape does a lot of work. Anyway, he's going to bring his own Infernape, and he goes for the Fake Out, and I'm just like, oh okay. Now I just want damage on this thing, but here, with his Fake Out, I should have expected Stealth Rocks next, because that was Fake Out Rocks. That's so obvious. I should have went for the close combat, but I didn't. That was my bad. Anyway, so he's going to switch out as I go for the Mark Punch again, hoping to win a speed tie, when he brings in his Dance Fuker, and I'm going to get the Intimidate off, and I'm going for the Mark Punch. So I'm now at -1 with a Life Orb. I'm still going for Mark Punches. Get another Mark Punch off here. That's going to kill his Hitmontop. So now I don't have to worry about the Intimidate. So I could, in fact, bring in my Gyarados to sweep or whatever. Not worrying about the Intimidate. He's going to bring in his Infernape again, go for another Fake Out. Looking at this damage, I can live. I do live, and I will live the Life Orb damage, so he's going to, in fact, bring in his Smeargle. And at -1, I wasn't sure if a Mark Punch was going to kill, but it does. Looking at this damage, a -1 Iron Fist Mark Punch with the Life Orb is going to kill, which I wasn't sure was going to happen. So he's now going to bring in his Infernape. I'm still just going for Mark Punches. I just want damage. He's coming in. He's getting his own Stealth Rocks damage, so I don't know what he's doing. He's going to go for another Fake Out, and that is indeed going to kill me. Which doesn't really matter. I was sacking my Infernape right at the start, but he just didn't want to go for the close combat or the Mark Punch. I'm now going to bring in my Chansey, knowing that I can, with the Eviolite, I can live a close combat easy. And that did so much damage. And I was just like, oh, and I do live it. And I am going to be able to get a Seismic Toss off, because that will just kill him, just there, which is going to be good. He's then going to bring in his Rubber Ducky, and I just predicted that I thought maybe I could live a hit of some kind, maybe a Discharge, and I'm just going to go for the Wish here. But he actually goes for the Toxic, which is fantastic on my part, which means I'm going to be able to get a Wish off, and then I'm going to be able to pass it into my Tyranitar, get up to full, and then that's just going to be the game, because I can then go for like a Substitute, Focus Punch combo, and that's easily going to knock him out. So I'll switch out here. I switch out here into my Tyranitar. Going to get the Sandstorm up, which is helpful. He's indeed going to go for the, after the Sandstream kicks up, he's going to go for a Discharge. I don't know what other moves he's running. Maybe he's running like an Ice Beam or something, or Tri-Attack maybe, but he knows he's lost, and he forfeits, which is fair play, otherwise it would have went on for a couple more turns. But anyway, that was the game. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. If you really enjoyed it, leave a favourite, and if you want to see more content from the channel, hit that subscribe button. My name is Pikachu Zuba, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.